This is the plaintiff, Teresa Najar. She says she's in charge of social media for a pet rescue center, and she posted some adorable golden retriever puppies on the website and took a deposit from the defendant for one of them. He also had first pick of the litter. The guy took the puppy home, then gave it to someone else without vetting him, and she was furious. The sneak then canceled the PayPal payment, and he completely scammed her. What a player. She's suing for $815, the amount she's out. This is the defendant, Nicholas Caravella. He says the puppy was very sick when he got it home, pooping out worms and throwing up a lot. The vet told him the puppy wasn't healthy, so he found another home for him on his own. During all of this, someone stole his identity on PayPal, and he didn't realize the payment was reversed. Well, either way, it doesn't matter. He was sold a defective dog, and he owes this woman nothing but a curt goodbye. He's accused of being a puppy-pilferer.
All parties, please, you ready?
And welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff works for a pet rescue center, and the defendant put a deposit down on a golden retriever, took the dog, gave it away without permission, and then canceled the deposit. Now, the defendant says the pup was defective. It's the case of you broke the golden rule.
Thank you, Douglas. Teresa Najar?
Yes.
Okay. You are suing Nicholas Caravella for $815 that you are out because he reversed the charges on a puppy he purchased from you. Now, Ms. Najar, how did you get a hold of those puppies? You work for an organization?
I do social media for a rescue in New Jersey, and I had an ad, I guess, that I was running about some golden retrievers that were coming in. Nicholas contacted me and asked me if there was any way he could get one of those puppies. As you can imagine, golden retriever puppies coming into a rescue is pretty rare, so of course I was inundated with
And then you were inundated because everybody wants the golden retriever. And then,
yeah.
So you were selling them for how much?
Well, it's an adoption, and the fee was $775.
Okay.
And
then who gets that money? The organization, or?
The organization gets the money, yes. And we normally don't take deposits. That's why we don't do any type of electronic payments. We don't have a business PayPal or Venmo account. We do everything through either cash or check. So when he contacted me, I said, well, we don't really have any type of electronic payment. You're more than welcome to come to my house and drop off a check for a deposit, or just make an appointment, and I'll be sure that you can get a puppy. Well, he was nervous. He wanted to get a puppy. Apparently, this was, a dog that he really wanted. So I used my own personal PayPal account, and I took the money that way. And I figured when the money came in, I would just withdraw it and give it back to the rescue.
Okay.
The day that the puppies came in, they all had a vet appointment. Earlier that day, he Venmo'd over, or he PayPal'd over the balance that he was due to pay.
To you?
To me.
But he wasn't supposed to do that.
Right, and I called him, I said, you don't need to, PayPal over anything. You come and you pick. For all I know, you're gonna come and you're not gonna want a puppy. But he PayPal'd it, and at that point, I said, we'll worry about it when you get here.
He takes the puppy, right?
Takes the puppy. I give him the adoption contract that he signs. There was vet records that he had to sign off on. There was a health certificate from the vet that checked the puppy that he had to sign off from. I had food for him.
And that health certificate was dated what day?
That day.
That day the vet had checked
That
the puppy.
day.
All right, so done deal.
Done deal.
He takes the dog, and when's the next time you hear from him?
I called him the next day. He didn't answer initially, and then he called me back, and he said, I got fired, and I can't keep the puppy. And I said, okay. Now, in the meantime, I think he's about 3 hours from my house. I said, okay, I have a lot of people that will take this puppy. Give me a couple hours to make a few calls. I'll work on getting the puppy. I called him back a few hours later. I said, I have some really good applicants, and he said he gave the puppy to his cousin. And I said, well, I need a contact number for the person who has this puppy. I'm responsible for this puppy. Well, I feel responsible as a person.
I know you feel responsible, but once you adopt them out, you can't really control if they want to give it to their cousin or their child or whatever else. It's their property at that point, legally speaking. But in any event, did he give you the name of his cousin?
No, he didn't give me
and then
anything.
next thing you know, he reverses the PayPal charge.
It was in sometime in June. In fact, I have the date.
When was the adoption of the dog?
The adoption of the dog was on April 30th.
And so it's not until several months later that he reverses it?
Yes, I got an email. I was actually on vacation, and I got an email from PayPal on June 23rd. So initially,
Did you know the reason for the reversal?
It just said it was an unauthorized charge.
Okay.
So immediately I texted him. He didn't answer that.
And then that's that.
And then that's that. So now I had to fight my battle with PayPal.
Did you incur charges through PayPal when it got
Yes.
reversed? And what were those
$40.
charges? The $40?
$40, right.
Okay, what happened here, Mr. Caravella?
Went on Craigslist. I saw the puppy. I really wanted a golden retriever. Saw the golden retriever, messaged her. Everything was good. I brought her home. The puppy started pooping out worms and had bloody stool, unfortunately. The next day I took the puppy to the vet, and the vet actually said that the puppy was unhealthy and I wouldn't be able to keep it around my other dogs.
Okay, so prove that.
I actually have a picture.
Hand it to my bailiff.
Yes, ma'am.
What is this a picture of?
That was a picture of my couch. The puppy actually had it in my arms and started pooping up blood.
What is it a picture of?
The armrest, and the blood was actually, I was trying to get the blood out of the couch.
What is this a picture of?
That's the picture of the first stool of the puppy in the corner of my room.
Okay, I wanted the vet declaration that the puppy was unfit for sale. That's what I asked for.
Yes, that, Your Honor, I don't have, unfortunately.
Oh, that's unfortunate, because that's the actual proof rather than your flapping gums.
Yes, ma'am.
Because anyone can say that.
Yes, ma'am.
And it isn't until 3 months later that someone has the bright idea to turn around and reverse the charges. Tell me about that.
Okay, so actually, in fact, I didn't even know about the reversement of charges. I was part of identity theft, and PayPal actually took all my accounts and all my payments from every single
No.
one.
Okay, simple. What's better, mutts or purebreds?
Purebred all the way, 100%.
Really? Why?
I mean, just their character. You know, you have no mix. It's 100%.
If you only knew my dog.
I think you go mutts, man. Diversity is beautiful.
Okay, tiebreaker.
I don't mind.
Then just say, let's say mutts.
Mutts.
Okay, very good. Going inside the courtroom.
PayPal, when you are saying my identity has been stolen, PayPal and anybody else, you have to identify
me
what
a-
charges you claim to be fraudulent.
Yes, ma'am.
So you had to say that this one was fraudulent.
Yes, ma'am, at the
I know
time.
you did.
I
So
know, well,
why would you say that when it wasn't fraudulent?
No.
You
so
know you bought the puppy.
At the time, by the way, I didn't give it to my cousin or anything else.
I didn't ask you that. Why did you tell PayPal that it was fraudulent when you know it wasn't?
Because when I contacted her about returning the puppy at the time, she actually said, I'm sorry, unfortunately, all sales are final. If at any point we can try to get rid of the puppy, I can't promise you anything that you're going to get any of the money back. So what I did was I gave it to my sister's best friend.
Okay, so how do you figure that you're not going to return the dog and you're going to get to give it away and you're also not going to pay for the dog? So you clearly did then. It has nothing to do with identity theft. You clearly lied to PayPal and told them that this was identity theft on an authorized charge when in fact what you wanted was just to keep the money you'd paid for it, and that brainchild didn't occur to you until 2 months after the transaction.
No, ma'am.
And you really steal
No.
the money from her. That's what you did. You stole the money from her account by lying to PayPal and saying this was part of some identity theft and that it was unauthorized. And now you're trying to justify it saying, but that dog was sick and had words, was unfit for purchase, which is a phrase that you would only know, look me in the eyes when I'm dressing you down, right? It's a phrase you would only know if you had bothered to look up the law when you got sued. And you would know that you're only out here is to tell me the dog was unfit for purchase. The problem you have is that you have to prove the dog was unfit for purchase because the law only lets you out of the purchase if a vet certifies in writing that it was unfit for purchase and why. So you have nothing to actually defend yourself with. Zero, which is probably because it never happened. And you probably have the darn dog and you're just a thief. Or you gave away the darn dog and you're still a thief. Are you nuts? What theory of yours do you think that you would have a right to not pay for the dog when you signed saying I'll pay the $700?
I never said I was going to pay for the dog.
When are you planning on paying? I never said I wouldn't pay for the dog. So when are you planning on paying
I already
for
paid
the
for the
dog?
dog, ma'am.
And then you got your money back.
No, I didn't. I did not
She
get
doesn't
any-
have the money.
That's correct.
Who has the money?
I have no clue, but it
Well,
sure
that's
is
going
not
to be
mine.
your problem to
And
figure
when
out.
I actually,
Isn't it? Because right now, you know what you're going to do? You're going to pay for the dog. Because I know that the person who doesn't have the money only doesn't have it because your thieving hand went right into her purse and stole the money. $815 verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you, Judge.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
did I even get the chance to speak?
Well, this was not a good afternoon for you, Mr. Caravelli, in
it's
court.
not.
What are you thinking?
I didn't even get a word in. And anytime I tried to explain something, she just overpowered me, and that's just what it is. There's nothing I could do.
What'd you want to say?
Oh, just the fact that I actually did purchase the dog. Unfortunately, I went through certain circumstances that I wasn't able to actually give her the money back for the dog. The dog was very, very, very sick. The vet actually had $5,500 in vet bills when I gave it to my sister's best friend. She has all that stuff, and it's just it's unfortunate.
You've got a lot of stuff you're saying, but
It's
you have no
unfortunate.
proof of any of
It's
it, you know,
unfortunate. Yes,
yeah.
unfortunately, I didn't came with the right proper material, and that's my own fault.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Made you look really bad.
What are you
Sorry
gonna
about
do?
that.
It happens.
She's got to get paid.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I assume you don't have to do this very often.
Never had to do it in my life.
Did you enjoy your experience in court?
It was a little scary, but, you know, justice was served, and that's all I was here for. My big concern is I want to know where the puppy is, and the puppy's okay. And I guess I'll never know.
Yeah, I guess you will never know. But you do good work. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
Good luck. Hope
Bye-bye.
this doesn't happen again. All right.
Okay, this guy contradicted himself within a span of 5 seconds. He said he didn't pay for the dog, and then he said he did pay for the dog. And that'll do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.